I'm Mike.
And I'm Matt.
And this is The Coin Show. On this episode of The Coin Show, Matt tells us about Registry Sets. I review Coin World's Making the Grade, and we talk about the coolest thing to walk into Matt's shop this week. But first, the news.
The news is brought to you by Modern Coin Wholesale. Visit them today at moderncoinwholesale.com for all your modern coin and bullion needs. They help make the Coin Show possible, so please make sure to visit them today.
Visit moderncoinwholesale.com, at least open it up in 5 browser windows right now.
Right now.
Matt, the United States Mint has now released the 2013 uncirculated dollar coin set.
Ooh.
Yeah, sure. I'm sure you're really excited about this. This set will include 4 presidential dollars from Philadelphia, 4 from Denver, 2 Native American dollar with the Howling Turtle design, 1 each from Philly and Denver, and an uncirculated silver American Eagle from West Point, which I believe is the one with the burnished uncirculated. So that's the one with the
I would bet. Yeah.
Yeah. This is the second year that they've done this set. It's every coin that we mint that has the $1 denomination.
All 12 of them.
Yeah, and they're all uncirculated.
Yeah.
And, my personal hope with these was that you would get some kind of either special finish or something like that, but this is just pretty much an album filler.
Yeah.
Hey, you got to have them. Got to have some
Well,
kind of
for you modern guys do.
Well, if you're into filling albums, yes. Sounds like we're enthused, doesn't it? Also now on tap is the... I'm not even that enthused about it. That's the problem. Also now on tap is the Ida McKinley First Spouse Gold coin, speaking of things that you're absolutely unenthused about.
Speaking of things I would rather melt.
Yes. This is... Well, there's no sense in melting it because it's 4 nines gold, but this is the first of 4 coins for 2013. Yes,
Wow,
that's
really?
right. This is the first of the first spouse coins. Yeah,
They're coming out in the middle of November.
Yeah, so it looks like there will be a real rapid succession for the other 3, just like last year.
Possible low mintages.
Well, I think that whenever you mention first spouse gold, you're talking low mintage because nobody really cares about the series anymore. Even the ones that should be interesting, like the Alice Paul coin. Didn't crickets, That's Ron Paul's wife. No, that's somebody else.
I know. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, but the program, in my opinion, has just become really poorly managed because the legislation says that the first spouse coins are supposed to be released side by side with the presidential dollars.
Yeah,
and I think that they're basically kind of leaving this this whole program twisting in the wind. Now.
help it.
Well, the real question is that good or bad for future value?
It's tough. It's a tough call.
It's going to mean low mintages one way or the other.
Yeah.
And low mintages do not, and this is probably the best illustration we can offer, low mintages do not always mean higher value.
I still think there's some sleepers in there, but...
I personally think that there are some coins in there worth having, but... the one thing that I think above everything else will save these coins is the fact that there is never any need to melt them.
Well, that's true.
So 200 years from now, they may still be around just simply because they're 24 karat gold.
Yeah. That's a good point.
They'll be really banged up, but, 24 karat gold.
Blicks.
Yeah. And the Mount Rushmore America the Beautiful quarters are now available.
Interesting.
Now, I don't know, how you are about the designs, but I personally happen to like the Mount Rushmore.
Is this the one with the guy hanging off his face, chiseling his eyeball or something?
Yes, the design is based on photographs of men putting the final details on Jefferson's face and thereby finishing the memorial.
Yeah.
Now, ironically, the memorial will only be there for a period of time because eventually it will erode away. So its destiny and the old man in the mountain kind of have a parallel.
I'm not sure that the old man in the mountain was old anyway.
Well, it's a natural rock formation, and it collapsed and is no longer there.
Yes.
Immortalized forever on the New Hampshire quarter.
Yes.
You know, I'm just saying that Mount Rushmore requires an immense amount of upkeep, and it's out in, the South Dakota hills where there is an enormous amount of wind erosion. And so, I was watching a documentary on the monument itself, and it's really beautiful. They ended up, I want to say it was Jefferson. They did him. They messed up when they did it the first time, and they ended up scratching it and starting over, and that's why he's moved at kind of an oblique angle. But yeah, really interesting. But because of the location of it and the fact that it's on a sheer side of a mountain.
Yeah.
Means that it is going to suffer from erosion and all, the stuff that comes along in South Dakota, which includes some amazingly harsh winters. That's where it's 19 and 20 below in the middle of the winter. So, not exactly what, I would say is going to be a formula for longevity. But it'll be around for a couple of 100 years at least.
I was going to say, I don't think you and I have to worry about that.
No.
But somebody in our family will.
Now, they had the launch ceremony, and approximately 2,000 people attended the launch event, including a special guest, Nick Clifford, who is the last surviving worker who helped carve the memorial.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. And they are going to issue these coins for circulation from all three mints, Philly, Denver, and San Francisco. But you can not get the San Francisco ones in a mint sets.
You have to buy them on the television.
Yeah. or in bags, yeah.
Yeah.
Now, the 5-ounce hockey puck was also just released on November 7th and is available for $154.95. Now I'm talking about the Mount Rushmore.
Uncirculated?
The Mount Rushmore hockey puck.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm talking about the uncirculated one that you can get directly from the mint. It's available for $154.95, which is a discount from the $179.95 that the first two coins sold for. But the current melt value is somewhere around $108 based on $21 or thereabouts silver.
That's fair.
It's a pretty big premium. But, again, I like this design. So if you're going to, just for the novelty of it, if you want to buy a type, this might be the one to buy.
Yeah.
And the fact that it's available for a little cheaper might bode well for you.
Can you imagine dropping one of those in a typeset album?
Well, you know what? PCGS and NGC have made slabs for them.
That's true.
So,
true.
maybe Dansko comes out with this gigantic,
hole on the page.
Yeah, well, it's one page. Okay, that you put your 5-ounce coin into, and the sliding plastic window in it is just enormous.
Dansko, call us. We got ideas.
We've got ideas. A Theodore Roosevelt coin and Chronicles set is also scheduled for release this year. Now, this set is going to include a proof 2013 Teddy Roosevelt presidential dollar coin and 2 medals. The first medal included in the set is a 1.5-inch bronze bald eagle medal from the National Wildlife Refuge System Centennial Medal Series. Man, that's a mouthful. The National Wildlife Refuge System Centennial Medal Series. So it's a medal that you can buy if you bought this other, what I understand is a relatively popular series.
Yeah.
The second medal included in the Teddy Roosevelt Coin and Chronicles set will be a 1-ounce 999 silver Teddy Roosevelt Presidential Medal. And,
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, now this medal has been widely available in bronze and has been really popular, but it has never been offered in 999 silver.
I was just going to add a comment that some of the Coin and Chronicle sets have some pretty neat stuff in them, like they have the one that has the matte-proof nickel that was only issued in that set. There's
Now, wait a minute. What Coin and Chronicles are you talking about? Because the only one I
Thomas
know
Jefferson,
of is
maybe.
oh, okay, the coin and currency set.
Well,
There was
to me,
a
they're the same thing.
there was a Jefferson coin and currency set that was issued in 1994, and the only problem with them is they just made way too many of them because there's like 235,000 of them. I've got one sitting right here on my shelf
Yeah.
because at one time, I want to say a year and a half ago, those sets were selling for $35 on eBay
That's not bad.
with a matte-proof nickel in it.
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, the Coin and Chronicles and the Coin and Currency, which, like I said, to me, they're pretty much the same thing.
Yeah.
They always tend to have something kind of cool in it. So I think that
Well,
this
the Lincoln
Roosevelt
Coin
medal,
and Chronicles set had something really cool in it, didn't it?
it had the cents were struck in the original bronze composition,
Okay.
and then it had a neat packaging and some cool
Yeah, it had some like photographic stuff.
Yeah, there was a
in it.
picture of Lincoln. It was like the box was almost like an old tin type box. Is kind of what it looked like.
Yeah, it was
It was neat.
right, and that was why I asked, is because that was the only other Coin and Chronicles set I can remember.
Yeah,
Okay.
but this one sounds kind of cool.
Well, I mean, you and I are both big fans of Teddy Roosevelt, but mostly because we appreciate what he did for the coin world.
Yes.
So the question is what is not available from the Mint, I guess, and the answer is pretty much nothing, because nothing thus far has sold out this year.
Yikes.
But the Mint has announced that the commemorative coin sales for the Girl Scouts and the 5-star generals will end on December 31st.
I wonder if this is going to be one of those years that they're still selling like 2 years from now on the Mint website. Remember those?
I do. Well, you know what? Yeah, I do. And I think
it
the
was
Mint is
2009.
they're taking a much more proactive stance now at cutting things off so that they're no longer available at the end of the year.
Yeah.
In my opinion, hopefully they melt a lot of that stuff. And, it gives people incentive to want to buy it when it comes out rather than, well, let's sit back, let's see what the mintage ends up being, let's see if they're popular.
Yeah.
That wait and see attitude just kills so many things. And if you notice, the things that have done well over the past couple of years are the things that have been very limited, or limited order period.
Yeah.
So get it in, get it out. Get it if you want it, and if you don't, quit killing the value for everybody else. That's kind of that's my opinion on it.
Yeah. That's not a bad way to look at it.
Well, if you're going to be a modern collector, you're going to live and die with sales.
Yeah.
So, at some point, the Mint has to do you a favor and cut off the sales. So, lastly but not leastly, the Royal Canadian Mint is launching a colorized silver coin set honoring the Great Lakes.
Oh, that's kind of neat.
Now, of the colorized coins that they've produced, these are really not my favorites. I mean, I like the idea of color, but these feature a raised field, and the lake in the center is depressed and in color.
Oh, I need some medicine.
And it's set into the surface of the coin.
Oh, that weird
Yeah,
mood tonight.
it needs
Sorry.
some medicine. give it some.
Need some Xanax.
Yeah, no, that wasn't what I was thinking of. What's the one that give it some Abilify. follow around the Canadian quarter with it, or the Great Lakes. No, but so you're talking about a series of 5 silver coins.
Yeah.
With relatively mundane. I don't know. There's just nothing in this coin that really, the color isn't that spectacular. It's kind of
almost like a topographical map, kind of.
Yes.
I mean, it's kind of neat.
It's kind of neat, but kind of neat. I don't know.
Yeah,
it's like they've done so
compared to
many
some of the
things.
other cool stuff they put out.
Right, they've done so many things that have just been spectacular. I guess they've raised the bar. Maybe that's the thing. The United States Mint has figured out set the bar low, and you don't disappoint people that way.
That's very true. So, I mean, that's, I think it's interesting, but yeah, I think you're right. I mean, I'm sitting here looking at a picture of one. They need to get rid of this Elizabeth side of the coin. I mean, they're just...
Well, okay, that's never going to happen. That's like us getting rid of the eagle on our coin.
Well, but see, that's different. I'm not going to...
No, but that's Canada. Canada has the queen.
But it's not their queen. It's the Queen of
Well,
England.
she still is, though.
It's like
And she would not be amused by this.
it's like us being required to have Nelson Mandela on our coins.
Wow.
You
Why
know?
Nelson Mandela?
I'm just thinking of world leaders that are not from here.
Okay.
I mean, it's
So you're pushing the idea that it's tantamount to having Gandhi on our coinage.
yeah, and requiring it to be on every one of our coins. It's kind of like, okay, Gandhi was great, but let's move on.
Well, you don't like us putting our own leaders on there. I mean,
I don't mind that a lot less than I mind, somebody that was never, somebody that never ruled your country to be on your coinage just because.
she still opens up Parliament every single year for them.
That's wonderful.
Canada hater.
I'm sorry. It's just, but that bugs me because that gives them one side of the coin to work with, whereas.
And yet, they still managed to put out some really spectacular stuff.
I do agree. The news was brought to you by Modern Coin Wholesale. Join the Modern Coin Wholesale email registry for your chance to win a Silver Eagle. You will also get updates about specials and new products Modern Coin Wholesale is offering. And remember, free shipping on every order. Visit them today at moderncoinwholesale.com.
You can find these and other news stories from the coin world on our website at coinshowradio.com. Just click on News on the top bar for our RSS news feed. Okay, we have a copy of Cash in Your Coins, Selling the Rare Coins That You've Inherited, that has been graciously donated to our show and suitably autographed by the author, Beth Deischer,
Oh, nice.
to give away. And we've asked on Facebook and Twitter, but we finally decided to have our listeners write into us and just pretty much beg for it. So you're asking, how can I get a copy of Cash in Your Coins, Selling the Rare Coins You've Inherited? First, go to cashinyourcoins-book.com and tell us the titles of the 3 books that you can buy from that website. Then, write to us and tell us why you need a copy of Cash in Your Coins, Selling the Rare Coins You've Inherited in your life. We'll pick a winner from the entries that we received before December 25th, 2013, and the entries must be sent to me, Mike, at coinshowradio.com, before December 25th, 2013. So this could be open for a while. I'll tell you about it again on the next show. But go to Beth Deischer's website, cashinyourcoins-book.com, and go and check out the other 2 books plus, well, there's a hint for you. But tell us the titles of the 3 books that you can buy. Mail them to me, Mike at coinshowradio.com, and then tell us why you need a copy of this in your life. We'll pick a winner, and you can win an autographed copy of Cash in Your Coins. In recent years, collectors have been looking for ways to enhance their collecting experience, and in a brilliant bit of marketing, both PCGS and NGC established a completely new way of collecting, and this was something called a registry set. Now, Matt, I'll bet you don't know that I actually have a registry set.
I was going to ask you because I thought you might. This was
do.
something that kind of I thought might have been up your alley. So
I have I have an NGC registry set.
Well, let's talk about the registry sets first, and then we'll talk about your registry set because I'm curious to know.
Okay.
So, and basically, this is just a quick and dirty on registry sets because you're exactly right. They really are a enhancement or a way to enhance your collection and the enjoyment that you get out of collecting. So what does a registry set do? A registry set allows collectors to pit their certified coins versus other collectors' certified coins in kind of a competition to see who can assemble the best set. Now, I know this probably sounds expensive. That's because it is.
Well, not necessarily, but
It can be expensive.
Yes, it
That's
can.
very true.
It can get very cutthroat, and it can get very expensive very quickly.
Certain sets obviously can be very expensive, but it doesn't have to be, and that's
Right.
the best part about it.
That is the best part about it.
Now, both PCGS and NGC registries offer the user the ability to compete in hundreds of different categories, or the coolest thing, I think, to create their own unique signature set to show off their collection of certified coins. Now, at this point, NGC allows for both PCGS and NGC certified coins to be included into the registry, while PCGS only allows PCGS coins in its registry. That's the one difference. If you're a collector of, both coins or coins from both grading services, you might want to lean more towards the NGC registry because it allows you to put in both, whereas the PCGS registry is just strictly limited to PCGS coins.
And while that sounds like it is kind of born of competition between the two, because I think that the two are kind of like they're the two top dogs, and they look at each other that way, and they see each other as competition. But, you have a really cool synergy that goes on with NGC's registry, whereas you and I both have said that, yes, the certified coins generally are the easiest to buy, and they can be, some of the finest out there. But when you're looking at certified coins, certain coins are going to be more desirable in an NGC holder, and certain coins are going to be more desirable in a PCGS holder.
That's exactly right.
And for that reason, to me, an NGC registry set would make more sense if it is broad across types.
Yes.
And, because of that, it's nice that it has that allowance in there for it. Whereas, some of the purists are going to say, okay, well, the PCGS registry set is going to be, it's got to pass their strict standards. And both are good, and both are valuable to have, and both are good options for people to have available to them.
I agree completely. Now, in the last couple of years, PCGS has started something called the Everyman set. And these sets cater to the average collector by allowing no coin higher than AU58 to be entered into the collection. So this can make assembling a set that would normally be really expensive to be a top competitor makes it a little more affordable.
I love the Everyman idea.
Yeah. And if you want to make it pricey, you want to do a set of bar recorders in AU58, you can. But the Everyman set cannot be higher than AU58.
Well, and that's important because, as you get to some of these registry sets, I mean, we're talking about people that are chasing the highest grade in virtually, any coin or any series. They want the absolute highest grade in a coin. And the Everyman set kind of gives them something to step back from there with parameters that are still competitive.
Yes, and then the cool thing about them is the registry sets are actually scored. They assign a certain coin in a certain grade a point, a point value, and this is determined by the grading companies, and they look at things like population and mintage to determine exactly the point value for each coin entered in the set. So, it's kind of like I'm trying to think about a good analogy for it, but it allows you to compare your collection with somebody else's, not just by the fact that you guys may have the same date of coin, but actually certain grades offer more points because there are less coins in that grade.
Okay, now I was actually curious as to something with the scores as well.
Sure.
As long as you were talking about that, does desirability come into it at all, or is it more based on population and mintage and extent populations?
I think it comes into it a little bit. I don't think it's heavily weighted in the scoring, the desirability, but I think it more has to do with the availability of the particular coin and also the rarity. Because
one of the things that I've noticed is that, in my particular registry set, it goes across a couple of different series. And in the lesser collected series, they tend to have lower scores. And I was curious as to whether that was because the coins were less desirable, or the fact that the coins are less desirable means fewer of them are graded, and because of that, fewer,
Yeah, I think it might be both. Honestly, like I said, I don't think that it weighs that much into the scoring, though it wouldn't surprise me if it did some. And the fact that the less popular series have less coins certified would make sense with higher mintages.
Sure, absolutely.
So, now from my side of the market, the registry sets have kind of added a new dynamic to the coin market, and this happens with the fact that registry set people are chasing these high-grade coins looking to add them to the registry set.
They are looking for the optimum coin. They are looking
Yes.
for coins in the very top pop is what they like to call it.
Exactly. So this allows a demand for these coins to actually, it allows a tangible demand for these coins rather than just a collector demand.
More than just a novelty.
Yes, exactly. Coins that are going into the top registries have actually sold for a lot more than they had previously, simply due to people wanting to add them to the registry collections. For example, was the Proof 70 Ultra Cameo 1995 W Silver Eagle that just recently sold for, I think, $90,000. That was a coin that went straight into a registry set.
Sure, and it being a 70, you are absolutely assured that it's going to remain the top grade.
Yes, exactly.
And, that's the interesting thing is that in some coins, there are not examples known in 70. There are some that there are no known examples in 69. Morgan dollars are a really good example because I think the highest graded Morgan dollar period is a 69.
Yeah, that's true.
And there's only one of them.
I believe there's one, and there's some 68s, but not very
Right. And any time any coin were to get graded as a 69 at this point, it would not only completely shift the entire Morgan market, but it would change all the registry sets.
Yeah, all the top registry guys would be after it.
And
that adds that layer of desirability to the coin that it didn't have before.
Yes, and it also can add a fever to it because it fuels submissions. This is the genius of this, is that it fuels submissions to the grading companies in hopes of garnering that very top grade of the most mundane coins.
Yeah.
Clad dimes, things that absolutely nobody collects all over, and it allows an opportunity for sharp-eyed people to make a quick buck on them, too.
I have a great example of this. We recently had a collector that had an original mint sewn bag of 1982 small date zinc pennies.
Wow.
And they were nice. They were nice, really pretty, spotless coins. And we were able to get this collector a PCGS MS68 red, which is the finest known. There's 4.
Okay, because I was going to say, so there were 3 in existence already.
Yes.
But through this bag, you managed to find a 4th, and I'll bet you that one coin sold for more than the entire bag.
Oh, yeah. No, this one coin brought $2,400.
Wow.
For a 1982 small day zinc penny.
Yeah, a zinc penny, not even a
copper.
That's wow.
So that is what can happen with this particular side of the market. Now, the cool thing about registry sets is any collector can compete, and it's free to sign up for. It's free to participate in, and it can be a good experience for getting collectors. It only really requires that your coins are certified. And honestly, I recommend that anyways for new collectors until you kind of get the idea of what you're doing. So it can and is enjoyed by collectors of all knowledge levels and really may be the perfect way to exhibit your collection. You should check it out.
I like the idea of the registry sets, and I could not hold myself back from actually starting my own registry set.
Yeah, so what is your registry set? I'm curious.
Okay, well, see, you're going to know as soon as I start to tell you about it.
I think I already know it, but that's
you
okay.
remember me searching for these coins.
I helped you.
You did. I have assembled, and you can go to the NGC registry, and you can go to collectors-society.com, and you look in the set registry, and you can look up Noodles Birth Year Proof Set. And it's a proof set from the year I was born, which was 1962.
1874.
Yeah, 1873. No, 1962. And this is back when mirrored proofs were the norm.
Yes.
And most of the proof coins that came from that era were mirrored proof. I assembled an Ultra Cameo set for my birth year proof set. And the set description is the finest 1962 proof set I could assemble. And it's a penny, a nickel, a dime, and a quarter, all in NGC Proof 68 Ultra Cameo. The $50 I need to upgrade, it's a 67 Ultra Cameo.
Now, I have a question. What's this set ranked as far as... Did you have it ranked, or is it just a signature
the current
set?
standings, it is ranked number 12.
Nice.
Number 12. I am leading by 150 points, and the way to upgrade this set is either to put a Proof 69 in it, or to put a Proof 68 Ultra Cam half in it, which is more likely to happen, but likely the only thing that will happen. The reason that I selected the grades that I did was because they are not top pop grades. These are one step down.
So they're affordable.
They were very affordable.
Yes.
And it was just a matter of, searching long enough to find the coins. And, I ended up having, one certified on my own.
That makes it even more fun. That really does.
Trying to get one to come back, 68 Ultra Cam.
It's tough.
Not an easy thing to do. And it gave me a great respect for what you do with some of the stuff that walks into your shop, because you have so much of it certified.
Yeah. Well, and did you learn from doing this?
I did. I learned a lot. I learned a lot about Ultra Cameos and about Ultra Cameo proofs. And I have a fascination and a now new respect for the Cameo proof coinage of the 1950 to 1970 era.
Yeah, and see, that's what I think is really cool about this, is it actually does allow you to specialize and to, through the process of the registry set, to actually learn more on your own with just simply looking at coins. To be able to put together a registry set.
Yeah, and like I said, it was the fact that I was able to make a set that was just mine. It was just something that I was interested in doing, and it happened to fit it fit into the cookie cutter.
Yeah.
And so it ends up ranked number 12.
Yeah.
I mean, that to me is, it's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool.
And it's a lot of fun.
Yeah. And that's what it's meant to be, but it's really turned into, and because of the different levels of collectors that are involved in this, it has turned into, something that's market changing.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, Matt, we've been doing book reviews towards the end of the year. We're trying to, I have decided that I want to do away with the idea of this being book reviews, because they're really not. They are book recommendations.
Okay.
Because really anything that I have brought up or I've done a review on have been books that I honestly think either you should read, you might want to borrow, or you want to have in your collection. So, the word review, I think, kind of...
It's harsh.
Well, no, it kind of implies that there might be something that I'm negative about, and, I would really rather not promote a book that I don't feel. So, here we are with Mike's book recommendations.
That's great. I love it.
Yeah, sure. Okay. Well, this week's book recommendation is Coin World's Making the Grade, a comprehensive guide to grading for U.S. coins by Beth Deisher.
Oh, really? I see a trend here.
Yeah, well, Beth Deisher was kind enough to give us a copy of Cash in Your Coins, and if you listened to our show tonight, you figured out how you can get a copy of it autographed by the author. But anyways, this is her other book. This is from Coin World and from the people at Coin World, Making the Grade, comprehensive grading guide for U.S. coins.
Huh, cool.
Coin grading is at best an art, and at worst an opinion. But very little is more important in determining value except for maybe demand and rarity. That's why people spend years learning to properly grade and evaluate coins.
And that is the understatement of the century. Years.
Captain Obvious checking
Yes.
in. Over time, they develop a familiarity with coins and series and get a true feeling for what looks right. That's how it's generally described, as having an eye for grading.
Yeah.
Now, the visual aspect of grading is something that's generally not available in books because although it can be described in facts, facts don't speak to our eyes. Various books have been published over time showing photographs of coins and giving examples of a coin that's, quote, typical for the grade. And for a while, that was about as close as you could get in terms of visual description. Now, Beth Deisher and Coin World have now given you something that is, in my opinion, one step better.
Oh, nice.
Coin World's Making the Grade, now in its third edition, shows you vivid color pictures of every type of coin in virtually every grade, both circulated and uncirculated.
That helps.
The coin grading was done by Michael Fahey of Annex, and each photograph has been specifically selected for the book. Together, they provide a cornucopia of United States coins illustrated in rich color photographs that you can feast your eyes on. You can see what a coin typical of a given grade should look like. Now, it would take hours of walking a major show and hours more of careful study to get the same visual and visceral exposure to coins that this book provides. In fact, I would speculate that most shows wouldn't have many of the coins illustrated in this book in the conditions described.
That's a good point.
Now, if that were the extent of the book, I'd be pleased, but Making the Grade provides an innovation not found elsewhere, and that's coin maps. Now, they provide 2 maps for each type of coin. The first map shows the very highest points of a coin, which is critical in determining depth and perfection of strike. Deisher and Fahey emphasized that knowing what a perfect coin would look like is crucial to determining mid-state grades. I think it's something that's not mentioned very much as we, kind of talk to people about grading, but, particularly in grading mid-state coins, knowing what a perfect coin would look like is about the only way that you're going to be able to judge how perfect the coin is.
Yeah, because it's all downgrade from there, really.
Right. And it's knowing what that perfectly fully struck coin is going to look like that'll help you figure out, okay, it's okay, it's mushy strike, or it's a perfect strike.
There's a little weakness here.
Right.
There's a,
Now, the second map deals with marks. And no 2 coins are ever exactly the same, and the most differentiating factor will be bag marks.
Yes.
The term prime focal areas has been used in traditional guides.
I've always loved that term.
Me too. But these guys never seem to illustrate where those areas were. The color maps leave no doubt, and through the use of color, rank the importance of the areas where marks may be. They show, for example, that the cheek on a Morgan dollar is a worse place for marks than the field directly in front of Liberty's face.
Yeah, exactly.
Or that marks that fall across the stars are less detrimental than marks that cross the date. The pictures are accompanied by some words of advice from the author about grading that specific series, giving the reader mentoring advice about learning to grade each type. Now, this text could have easily been a basic background on each coin, but Deisher stays on task and keeps the focus on grading, and to that I have to congratulate her. The first sentence in this book sums it up beautifully. The grade of a coin matters. It matters so much that you can't determine value without determining the grade.
Exactly.
Yeah. If grading is the horse, then in my analogy, value is the cart. Coin World and Beth Deisher are offering one of the best horses that money can buy. Now, learning to grade isn't something only available to frequent coin show attendees. It is within the grasp of anyone with a comfortable chair and some good light. Coin World and Beth Deisher have given numismatists yet another great tool in the pursuit of their hobby. And I would urge that everyone have a copy of this book in their own personal numismatic library.
Nice. You liked it, huh?
I did. I liked it. I liked the coin maps. The only thing that I ever saw that was comparable was in the PCGS Guide to Grading and Counterfeit Detection, the original, the first edition. I'm not sure if it's in the second one. They give you something along that same line where it has some color-coded, diagrams of coins, but they're not complete. And
Yeah.
this book gives you one for every single type coin that there has been.
And it's funny too because if you walk into my coin store in 2008, Coin World put out poster-size prints of coins grading from a good to an MS-65 in color. But also included on these prints was this coin map you talk about certain kinds. So it's been something they've worked on for a while, but you'll see these on the wall of my store. So a lot of times if people have a question about something, I can just turn around and say, well, here's the font. This is the grade. There's really not a question. So,
to be really honest with you, it's something that is so well explained and so well contained and so just obvious when you see it that it's a really great tool. It's almost like it's like a hammer. It's something that you look at and you go, God, how did I ever get along without this? I mean,
exactly.
Really,
that's a very good way to put that. But and those, seeing that this book does include those, I would recommend it because even I learned quite a bit from just looking at those posters that we had, and that was really rudimentary. So I'm sure that this book is going to cover a lot more and help you grade a lot better.
The coolest thing to walk into Matt's store this week is brought to you by the coolest publication in the hobby, The Numismatist. Join the American Numismatic Association for just $46 a year and receive 12 monthly issues of the best coin collecting magazine on the market today. Go to money.org/join to sign up now. I have no idea what walked into your shop this week.
Well, good.
But I have had a bird whisper in my ear that this walked into your shop under your power.
Well, it did, kind of, and that's the funny thing about the coin this week is I actually had a coin show today, and this particular coin that I purchased...
Plug the show.
It's the 71st Street Coin Show in Indianapolis, second Sunday of every month, Knights of Columbus.
There you go.
If you're in town, stop by. It's a great little show. And you'll know why here in a minute when I tell you about the coin that came strolling in the door. This coin was actually brought into the coin show and offered to me for sale by a patron of the coin show. So vicariously, because my table is an extension of my coin shop, this coin...
And because this thing is just awesome. It's better than cool.
It's pretty sweet. So the coolest thing this week... I purchased an 1800 bust dollar in PCGS AU50.
AU50?
AU50.
Wow.
It's a tough
Hold on a second. I got to look this one up in my book. You said an 1802?
No, 1800.
1800. 1800 bust dollars. Availability in different grades approximates in as much as VF and EF pieces are reasonably easy to acquire. AU coins are scarce, and mint state are scarcer yet.
Yes, the mint state coins are extremely scarce. But yeah, this coin, and the thing that I absolutely love about this coin is it is absolutely stone cold original, never been messed with, absolutely beautiful toning. It's got that pretty gray, kind of battleship gray that you like to see on these things that have never been messed with.
Oh.
Yeah, and so it's an absolute one-looker, just monster coin. And the other cool thing about the coin is the die pair that was used to strike it was on its last leg, so there's
A crack?
big cracks across the front of the coin. There's a part of the die that has collapsed. So behind her head, the ribbon in her hair is kind of mushed into the field, and the reverse is rotated about 35 degrees. Yeah, it's a pretty cool piece. And it's just one of those coins that, because I love early American stuff so much, as soon as I saw it, because, as soon as the guy handed it to me, I knew I had to buy it. It was pretty much, just...
Okay, now you said who certified this coin?
PCGS, AU50.
AU50. Now, is it a relatively recent slab, or is this an old slab?
No, this slab has actually, according to my customer, who I trust this customer because I've done some business with him before, was purchased directly from Leon Hendrickson from Silvertown in the early 90s and then certified in a PCGS slab, and it's stuck in a safety deposit box until today.
So this is an old green holder.
Yeah.
Not a Rattler.
Not a Rattler, no.
Not a Rattler, but an old green. Wow. So that's a really old slab.
Yeah. And it's a really nice coin.
Okay, so
Sorry, I'm kind of fond of it.
Well, yeah, and for that reason I have to ask, is your intention to sell this coin or to hang on to it for a little while or
and
admire it?
Those of you that know me know that I consider the entire coin shop to be my collection. So everything in my collection is for sale. If I don't want to sell something, I'll just price it really high. And if it goes away, okay, great. And if, as time goes by and I get bored with it, then I can move it on down the road.
Yeah. Yeah, because that is your collection.
Yeah, pretty much. So that, this stuff doesn't come in all the time. I don't normally stock but one or two of these anyways. So to have a coin of this exquisite caliber come just strolling into a coin show that has 35 tables,
That is unusual, but you never know what's going to walk into these tiny little shows.
Oh, and I'm the first table right inside the door.
It always seems that the biggest dealer is always the first one right inside the door. So, okay, but this is not everybody's cup of tea. This is an exceedingly rare coin, and this is not a cheap one either.
No, this is a coin that will go to one of my advanced collectors.
Okay, so you already, I assume, have somebody that you have in mind that collects. No?
No, okay. That's the best part about this, and that's why I like it so much. And I like the coin because normally when I buy a coin, I think, okay, well, I'm going to show it to so-and-so and so-and-so and so-and-so, or one of them was going to buy it. And this particular coin, I didn't even think about who was going to buy it. That's how much I liked it. So,
yeah, it was just wow, this coin is really awesome. I got to have it.
Yeah, and I got a pretty good deal on it, too. So,
well, and if it is truly that spectacular, then selling it generally shouldn't be a problem at all. It's funny because we were talking about, the hunt that collectors go through for finding a specific coin. I guess it's kind of the opposite with you, is that you have the hunt now for the right customer for this coin.
Yeah, and that's the cool thing about my particular business or over any other business that I've ever worked in. When it comes to the coin shop, the buying of the coins is not that hard. It's figuring out who's going to buy them from you is the hard part. Customers bring you product all day long. And
knowing what to buy isn't the hard one.
Well, I buy everything. But
okay.
It's knowing where to go with it is the hard part.
I gotcha.
But I'll have one of my advanced collectors will come in and appreciate this coin just as much as I do, because I've kind of tried to steer my heavier duty guys to this kind of stuff, because this kind of stuff it always just seems to appreciate. And, these guys are kind of looking for that appreciation in their investment, because a lot of these guys do look at it as an investment, but they also enjoy the coins themselves.
Yeah, and they're not buying anything that can be readily had.
Yeah, this will be a hard coin.
So anybody that collects this type of coin is going to have to search for it for a little bit.
Yeah, and I was going to say, I guarantee that this particular coin, there is not another one available in my city.
Or probably mine, for that matter.
I don't know about your city, but probably mine.
Coming to a city near me soon.
So, like I said, vicariously, it walked in the store. It was one of those coins that I was smitten with. So
can we ask? You must have paid a 4-digit price tag for this.
It was a 4-digit price tag. The coin was offered to me at $7,700, which
I assume this is going to be a 5-digit price tag.
Since the coin has been locked away for so long, it has never been through auction, and it's a fresh coin to the market. I'm thinking that it should go to CAC, and if it gets the CAC sticker, then it will be a 5.
Then it will be a 5, yeah, absolutely.
And if it doesn't, through my research, I found that the last 3 that sold at Heritage in this grade brought 8,600, 9,000, and 9,600. So
I think you got a pretty safe bet there.
That's why I kind of went ahead and acted on it. So,
Kind of hard to go wrong with plus dollars.
And you guys know I love them.
Are you looking for a great magazine about numismatics? Look no further than The Numismatist, the official magazine published by the American Numismatic Association. Join the ANA for just $46 annually to receive this award-winning, full-color publication in your mailbox every month. Or you can save $18 and sign up for the electronic version of the magazine. For just $28 a year, you can read The Numismatist on your laptop, smartphone, or tablet device and still enjoy all the other benefits of ANA membership. Go to money.org/join to sign up now.
It's worth it, I promise.
We would like to thank our contributors, the Facebook friends, Twitter followers, people who wrote to ask questions, posted in our forum, or in some other way inspired us. Our thanks to the great folks at moderncoinwholesale.com. Visit their website at moderncoinwholesale.com at least 10 or 15 times today.
If not 20.
Yeah. Thanks to the American Numismatic Association for their support. Visit them at money.org. Our thanks to Tony Alvarez and the Tony Alvarez Band for our theme music. Visit them at TonyAlvarezBand.com. We'd also like to thank May Otley for our bumpers. Her site is hannahmayotley.wix.com/portfolio. Thanks to Joe White, who tirelessly works our research desk, and to our intern, Taylor Webb. But while all of those people are important contributors to the show, their importance absolutely pales in comparison to you, the listeners, without whom this entire endeavor would be completely pointless. We love our audience, and we love our audience contributions. Send us your thoughts. Email us at Mike or Matt at CoinShowRadio.com, or you can also ask us questions. Send a question to questions@CoinShowRadio.com. Visit our webpage, located at CoinShowRadio.com. There you will find our forum, where you can come and share a thought, ask each other's opinions, or just enjoy the community. You can also read Matt's articles or my book reviews.
Recommendations.
My book recommendations, and we link to the books on Amazon for your holiday shopping needs. You can also visit our listener map, and there you can place a pin and show us where you live. We also have pictures and bios if you're interested in knowing what we look like, or if you want to create internet memes.
Pin the loop on Matt's forehead.
There you go. You can play pin the coin on Matt's forehead.
Oh, that's like a birthday party game.
Now, this week's contest, we gave away the Cheerios pennies.
Yes.
And let's see, the winners of our Cheerios pennies are Stephen Reed.
Congratulations.
Sean Kellett.
Congratulations.
Don Merritt.
Congratulations.
I will email you this week, and we'll get your Cheerios pennies out to you. We also have a contest where you can win a copy of Cash in Your Coins, Selling the Rare Coins You've Inherited by Beth Deischer, autographed by the author. You have to go to her site, and you have to do some things and email me, and we'll have one lucky winner. Okay, back to the credits. Like us on Facebook. Come and comment on one of our posts or post something of your own. Just try and keep it coin related. Follow us on Twitter. You'll occasionally find some exclusive content there as well. You can find us or even mention us in your discussion. We are at The Coin Show. If anyone has noticed, we've been posting a new coin fact every day on Facebook and Twitter.
Which I love, by the way.
Thank you very much. We also have a new page on Pinterest where we'll post coin pictures. You can find us there. We're also The Coin Show. You can see all of Matt's coolest things.
Yeah, I post them all there.
Pinterest.
And if I get bored during the day, I just post some cool things that are laying on my desk.
Absolutely. You can also listen to our show on various internet forums on players embedded in the pages, including our own forum pages at CoinShowRadio.com. Now, we have an Android app, and it's available on Amazon.com for $1.99. Download it 15 or 20 times. We also have a Windows 8 app available in the Windows 8 phone app store. And as always, our show is available for free on iTunes. We have some new things that are in the works, and we may have something exclusive for people if you're interested in a little more. But for now, you'll have to wait.
That's all we're going to say.
That's all we're going to say.
That was creepy.
So we urge you to download our show and share it with a friend. More people are finding us and sharing our show every day. Be the first on your block and be the absolute coolest person on your block.
I was just thinking that.
Yeah. So for The Coin Show, I'm Mike.
And I'm Matt.
And we'll talk to you next time on the Coin Show.
That was my seductive close.
It was seductive, huh?
Hi.
I cannot wait to hear that now.
You're probably going to go back and listen to it right now.
It's going to be creepy. Okay, let's see.
Don't hate me.
Never, Matt. Not you. Not you.
All right, dude.
All right, man. Well, you
Good
enjoy.
show.
Yeah, sure.
I had fun.
Say that until it's edited. All right.
Oh, I'm sitting here getting ready to read this. You're making me laugh.